Aroma Thyme Bistro presents Wine Thyme Live, hosted by the Hudson Valley's premier green certified entrepreneurs, Marcus and Jamie Guiliano. So grab a glass of your favorite vino, sit back, relax, and travel with them, sharing their passion discovering unique vineyards, outstanding wines, delicious food, and great adventure.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Jamie and Marcus here.
Welcome to Wine Thyme Live, episode number 14.
Wow.
Movie star wine.
Oh, very cool.
So this show, this podcast, this live, this content is about our trips to wine country in the U.S., in Spain, in Italy.
Our traveling,
New York,
our traveling to wine countries.
Yes, our traveling to wine countries. Very connected to our restaurant, Aroma Thyme Bistro. We try to purchase wines from wineries that we've personally been to.
I'm going to crack it while we're
crack open,
yeah.
yeah.
Because I need a glass of wine.
Yeah, I haven't had a glass of wine in 2 days.
Me neither.
Yeah. So we have a very close relationship with the wineries that we buy from at our restaurant, and we have great travel experiences there. And it's been tough in 2020 to bring in new wines because we haven't traveled
We have not
that
been
much.
able to travel that much. Yes.
We did a lot of Finger Lakes traveling, several trips to the Finger Lakes this year, and we brought some new wines in from there, discovered some new stuff, which the Finger Lakes are a magnificent place to visit wine country. People don't think of the Finger Lakes for wine country, but if you're in the New York area, and you've not been to the Finger Lakes are a must to visit, really a must to visit. So, but we're not in the Finger Lakes today. Where are we?
We are in New York.
Where's
you
the
mean
wine?
Where's the wine from?
Where's
I'm
the
like,
wine?
well, where we are, we're in New York right now. So this wine is from Santa Barbara, California. It is Fess Parker. This was one of, I say this all the time, but one of my favorite trips. I guess we just really enjoy traveling. And so I think they're all our favorite trips because every trip we go on, we find cool, interesting, fun things to talk about, stories, wines, things like that. And so, we had been talking about Fess Parker, and we've been carrying their wine probably since
15 years.
15 years at least
15 years.
In our restaurant. And we finally got out here a few years ago, and we traveled
2019. August 2019. We finally
yes.
got to the vineyard.
And we did a lot of traveling through Santa Barbara.
We did. Some cool vineyards there.
And Fess Parker was cool.
Yeah, Fess Parker was really cool. So we first got, now the Fess Parker is Fess Parker, the actor. Unfortunately, Fess has passed on, but
his family still
runs a vineyard. The first time we were ever introduced to Fess Parker wines, his son-in-law walked into our restaurant here. Remember that? His son-in-law walked into the restaurant.
I'm going to be honest.
It must have been about 2007. And his son-in-law came in here and he goes, "I'm Fess Parker's son-in-law." This was while Fess was still alive. He goes, "I'm Fess Parker's son-in-law. I'm the national sales manager for the company, for the vineyard." And he sold us some wine. And we bought it for a couple of years. We actually even did a benefit dinner with them at the hospital in Poughkeepsie.
We did, that's right.
Right?
We were paired up with them.
We were paired up with them.
Year,
yep.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the distributor lost the wines. That's common for a distributor in New York and for other states too. The distributor loses the wine, which means that winery either pulls out of the state or another distributor entices that winery,
picks them up, and starts selling them.
Now, in the wine world, in New York State especially, and other states too, many other states, only one distributor can sell Fess Parker. Only one distributor can sell Jack Daniels. Only one distributor can sell Jose Cuervo. So once one distributor loses it, another distributor picks it up. Well, New York has like 300 distributors.
We have a lot, yeah.
There's two massive distributors, Southern and Empire, but then you have all these other small distributors that are much, much smaller. Some of them are a fraction. You look at some of those portfolio books for like Southern Empire, the books are 200 pages long. The books for some of these small portfolios are 5 pages long.
Yeah, they're nice and small and detailed and yes.
Right. So chances are that when a wine switches from one distributor to another distributor in New York, for us, the chances of us doing business with other distributors sometimes are very slim.
Very slim.
So we lost contact with all Fess Parker products. That was it, gone. And
then a few years ago, we found out.
4 years ago,
that they
yeah.
were repicked up by a distributor that we buy from. And we were heading out that way. We were heading out to LA, weren't we? For an event.
A food show. I was speaking at the food show.
And so we decided that we were going to take a few extra days and we were going to head up to Santa Barbara, or down? Up to Santa Barbara.
Up to Santa Barbara.
And go visit some wineries that we really, really, really wanted to get to. And if you know us, we love to travel to wineries that we buy from. We love that relationship that we get to build with the wineries and the distributors and all of that. So that is really important to us. And then we get to bring that back and bring that to our guests here at the restaurant. And then in turn, you get to travel with us. So
yep. So we wanted to do a trip to Santa Barbara. That was our goal for 2020. For this, because 2020, because we went there 2019, and we said, okay. I was speaking at the food show, and I pitched that food show again, and they wanted me to speak again. I got accepted to speak at it to talk about marketing to other restaurants. And of course, COVID canceled everything. But we were going to do our first ever California trip to Santa Barbara, and when travel is back up and going and everything is safe,
we'll definitely be back on
Santa Barbara is going to be. Santa Barbara is really cool, and here's why. It's not too far from LA, right? It's an hour and a half north or so from LA. The city of Santa Barbara is on the beach, right? Remember how
it's
cool?
So cool,
right?
You get to walk on the beach, and then a few blocks in, there are tons of. I mean, they're not the wineries, but they are extensions of the wineries, and they're serving the wines.
Their tasting rooms.
Their tasting rooms are right there, and it's really cool. They're on a couple of blocks, and
so most of those. So Santa Barbara's the city. Santa Barbara's also the region, and once you head a half an hour over the mountain pass, is all the wineries. So the wineries have taken advantage of setting up a tasting room in the city of Santa Barbara. And most of them are on like this 2-3 block spread. So you can go into Santa Barbara in the city, on the beach there, on the ocean.
We actually decided to stay an extra night there,
We did, we loved it so much.
Yes.
And you can taste all around at all these tasting rooms. And then if you decide to go to the vineyard, you take the half an hour trip, the 45-minute trip, and head into Santa Barbara, into the area of Santa Barbara, not the city.
There were some cool places to stay. And it was really neat. I mean, we decided we were staying an extra night, and then we were going to get up early in the morning, and we were going to drive to the airport in LA. Remember?
We did that. Yep. And we did, and we went down Santa Monica Boulevard.
Yep.
Right? We went back. Waze or whatever sent us this way, and we're like, oh my gosh, why are we going down Santa Monica Boulevard? And all of a sudden, the traffic in LA, when they said the traffic. It all of a sudden, we were going, cruising, all of a sudden,
it was stopped.
Standstill. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me.
Are we going to miss our flight? I think we ended up getting nervous, didn't we?
We ended up getting really nervous for our flight.
Yeah.
But we spent that extra night in Santa Barbara. So
worth it. So if you ever get out that way, so just travel with us. So,
exactly.
Keep track of VIPWineryVacations.com. You can see all of our upcoming traveling trips. We are going to the Finger Lakes.
Yes.
In 2021. Right?
January 2021.
Which is going
to be a great trip. So now what we're drinking is the Fest Parker Chardonnay. Fest Parker is known for Chardonnays, and they're known for Pinot Noirs. Those are their two main grape varietals. They grow other things in there. They make Parker Station. They make a couple other wines. Some really good value wines, and they make some upper tier wines. Now, it is still controlled by the Fest Parker family. The daughter, the son, it's a daughter and son, I believe, or the son and daughter, and their family are the ones who run the vineyard still. Fest Parker was very smart with his money. As a Hollywood actor.
Was that also, they were in Sideways, right?
Fest Parker was in Sideways.
Yeah.
So in the movie Sideways, where they're in the tasting room and he takes a spit bucket and dumps it on top of himself, that was filmed in Fest Parker Winery. They changed the name of the winery and everything for the movie, but that indeed was Fest Parker Winery, so good point. So Fest Parker was very smart with his money as a Hollywood actor. And while all these Hollywood actors in those days were blowing their money, he was investing in real estate. And he ended up owning a good portion of Santa Barbara. They owned the Hilton Hotel down there, the property. They ended up buying like 600 acres in Santa Barbara County. And in that little city where their vineyard is, they own a lot in there. They have a hotel downtown there. They have another vineyard called Epiphany.
Oh yeah, that was cool. We ended up going there too.
We ended up going to Epiphany. Epiphany is related, same family.
Is it the son? It's the son,
son-in-law, I think, or something. The son.
Something like that.
The son wanted to open up a winery, but didn't want to ride on the coattails of his father. So anything from the Fess Parker, I want to open my own winery and do it on myself, and he did. And the winery's name is Epiphany, and they're located right in town there. And that's how we were originally turned on to Fess Parker. We were turned on to the Fess Parker and the Epiphany at the same time.
Is it in Santa Barbara? Epiphany?
It's not Santa Barbara.
No, it's not Santa Barbara.
No.
It's outside of Santa Barbara.
It's where the vineyard is. Where the vineyard is, there's a small little town.
Yes.
And you have the inn that they own.
Yes.
They own an inn there.
Let's see if I can look it up. Los Olivos.
Los Olivos. So that's where the inn is, the Fess Parker Inn, and that's where Epiphany is.
Yes.
Epiphany is
Santa Maria.
Maybe it's Santa Maria. Santa Maria is the AVA there.
Yes.
So
please come visit us at our winery in Los Olivos.
Los Olivos. So that's where you get it from. And Epiphany's in town there, and Epiphany makes very different wines than the Fess Parker line. Because again, the son didn't want any association. He wanted no association, and so that was the story with that. Now, we have Fess Parker wines back.
We do.
Their Pinot Noirs are amazing. Santa Barbara is a great area to grow Pinot Noir. For some reason,
it just grows really well.
It grows really well in that region in Chardonnay.
Is it kind of comparable to where we are in New York in terms of longitude?
No, not at all.
It's a little right?
Yeah. So if you ever catch the bit from John Cleese, who is from Monty Python. John Cleese is a wine aficionado.
I don't remember this.
You don't remember this? Okay. So John Cleese has like a documentary on Santa Barbara.
Oh.
It's him getting in his car in LA and driving up the countryside and going into
I don't know how you remember
and
this
into
stuff.
going
just
into wineries in Santa Barbara and going through all the wineries there. So that's pretty cool. So
cool.
John Cleese does a whole like hour-long episode or so on the wines of Santa Barbara. So Fess Parker wines, even though Fess Parker's no longer with us, his family's still running the vineyards and they're still moving forward and they're still making fantastic wine. That winery probably has the most resources that we saw, as far as the money and the facilities.
Right. I would say the largest of that where we had gone while we were out there, right?
Great facility, great tasting room, large grounds, very spacious, and they, I think they have like horseback riding. We didn't get there that day, but they have a ranch. They do horseback riding.
We actually sat outside in their gardens.
Great.
And we were taken care of and tasted all of their wines.
Right.
I mean, they gave us a lot of wines to taste.
The person who did our tasting, they're like, you must know somebody because we got special instructions to take very well care of you and
open some good stuff
some good
and
wines.
Bring us some cheese and crackers. It was really fun. It was a really great day. If anybody ever sees us from Fess Parker, thank you so much. We totally appreciate your hospitality, and we learn a lot about hospitality when we know a lot, but we learn a lot when we go to all of these different vineyards and places. And, not always in the United States you get the hospitality that Fess Parker and most of the wineries that we go to, that not always do you get that.
The problem is when you go to a winery, you go to a lot of wineries that, like if you go through Napa and even somewhere here in New York and upstate, you go through these wineries and you're just a number in a tasting room.
Right.
In Italy, the tasting rooms aren't as predominant as they are here in the U.S. In the U.S., we figured out how to capitalize the wineries and make a lot of money on the tasting rooms. Right. And literally, a lot of these tasting rooms in California, especially in Napa,
it's almost like a streamline. You walk in,
it's like IKEA.
It's boom, boom, boom.
It's like IKEA. You go through the motions to where you're going to buy the wine. And it's almost like an entertainment facility where they want you to buy the wine and get your attention. Mm-hmm. In Italy, when you go there, it's their small family vineyard. And it's the owner's there with you, and it's much more personal, and there's a different style of hospitality. When we go to vineyard tastings here in the U.S., of course, we get that old world hospitality because we know the owners, and we get in And so we get those like you said at Fest Parker. You must know somebody here because
Right.
you got the really
special
good stuff
treatment.
today. You got the special treatment. And then when we went to Foxen was the next
Oh
thing
yeah,
we went to.
Foxen was cool. We'll have to open one of their bottles
Yes.
of wine. Maybe their Pinot Noir. Maybe we'll do that
And
next week.
she actually got the owner from Foxen. She didn't get it. The owner knew we were coming, so
Yes.
he met us.
He met us, and
he met us.
He had an appointment, so he talked to us for a little bit,
Yeah.
and then he left. But Foxen is a cool winery, also.
Yeah, and
So,
Foxen was also in the movie Sideways. So if
yeah.
you haven't seen the movie Sideways and you're bored
should watch it.
this winter, rent the movie Sideways. Get it on Netflix. I don't know where it's Netflix or somewhere.
It's probably on Netflix.
It's on Netflix. Go ahead and check it out. But it's all about Santa Barbara wine country. All that stuff there is Santa Barbara wine. We should even rewatch it.
We should rewatch it. Maybe we'll do that tonight.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll watch it while we're drinking the rest of this bottle.
Let's see. So check out VIPWineryVacations.com. We're getting ready to update that site and update our current trips because our April trip had to get postponed. It's going to be in November now to Italy, and at some point we'd love to do California. But Napa. Problem with Napa, when people always ask us, Napa
Why don't you take us to Napa?
It's so expensive in Napa. Like you can go to Italy for a better value, totally better value. So like it's amazing the value difference. When you go to Napa, things are so expensive that it's just
It's hard to give you that value.
It's hard to give you a value.
Hard to give the value when we're in Napa. But you know what? Maybe we'll try it, see how it goes.
So Santa Barbara's the very
Santa
first
Barbara,
place.
yeah,
is
it's
the first
definitely
place.
a good place to go. So
So-
yes, so April is now November. Yes.
Yes. April is now November. So, all right, that is it, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. And
Check us out, VIPWineryVacations.com.
And
Hopefully one day you'll get to travel with us.
absolutely.
All right.
All right.
Have a nice day.